A mother is not a person to lean on, but a person to make leaning unnecessary, said by Dorothy Canfield Fisher. When coming up with an idea for this speech, I knew exactly what I wanted to talk about. I couldn't think of another person who has impacted my life in such a significant way. Linda is not only my mom, but she's also my biggest hero, number one supporter, and the person who has shaped me into the young lady I am today. Let me paint you a picture of my mom. She works her very hardest to make sure me and my sister Ellie have the greatest life possible. She loves shows like Law & Order and The Closer, but you can always see her laughing at reruns of The Ellen DeGeneres Show or sobbing during episodes of Queer Eye. She loves lotion even when my dog Tipper licks off nearly all of it, and as Taylor Swift mentions in her song The Best Day, written for her own mother, she is the prettiest lady in the whole wide world. As I said in my advocacy speech earlier this semester in regards to orcas, when you are a baby, there is nothing more essential or fragile than a mother's love. But this applies to humans as well. If I didn't grow up with a mom, I wouldn't be half the person I am today. Who would have dried my tears when I came home from school in 6th grade when my friends were bullying me? Who would have been there for me to flip my pillow over after the countless nightmares I had when I was little? Who would have encouraged me to apply to schools outside of California for college? Without my mom being around, I wouldn't have grown up with a role model who inspires me to be the best version of myself every day. I wouldn't have felt motivated to achieve anything. I wouldn't have received advice that shaped the views I have today. In other words, the person I am here, standing in front of you, wouldn't exist. One thing I admire about my mom is her strength. No matter what challenges she faces, she always finds a way to overcome it. She didn't grow up with the same privileges and opportunities that I had. Her mom was not around too much and never paid for anything. My mom learned from a young age how to be independent and do things herself. My mom had the dream of being an accountant, but knew that her mom wouldn't even pay a penny to help her achieve that dream. So, she managed to work at Macy's all throughout high school and pay her entire tuition to the University of California, Santa Barbara. She is as resilient as a weed growing through the cracks in a sidewalk. My mom's resilience and mindset to never give up on anything you strive for is rooted in who I am, and a big part of what makes me, me. There have been plenty of fights me and my mom have gotten in that make me wonder why she still loves me and how the hell she puts up with me. In high school, we used to fight a lot about typical things. Why can't I stay out longer like everyone else? Why don't you like this guy I'm interested in? Why don't you agree with this certain decision I made? We had a lot of nights where the yelling turned nasty, like two wolves howling. But looking back, all those reasons my mom gave me as to why she didn't agree clicked in my head, and I thought to myself, maybe my mom is right about that. My mom really gave meaning to the saying, "Mother knows best," because all the advice she gave me, whether I chose to take it or leave it, impacted me in some way and made me a stronger individual. Without my mom around, I would never know how it feels to be loved unconditionally. No matter what I did, whether it may break the rules or purposely not come home on time or argue with her, she manages to love me despite the things that I do that she doesn't agree with. The love I receive from my mom is like a captured sunset, where the warmth never grows dim, it never stops. I hope that one day I can give my daughter the exact same love and affection my mom has given me, because this is one of the greatest gifts I've ever received. My mom is like a rose. Not only is she the most beautiful lady on the outside, but she's even more attractive on the inside. She has the biggest heart. If I had to describe it, I would say it's about the size of the Grinch's after it grew 3 times its size on Christmas. She always puts others first, even when she may be so sick she can't stop dabbing her eyes from watering due to allergy season or has 100 other things going on in her busy day. The way she cares for others is like no other, and that's exactly how I want to be when I become a mom. I've also had a pretty privileged life compared to the average bear. Not a lot of people can say they've traveled to Hawaii 10 times, traveling to 3 of the different islands, visited Europe 3 times, and traveled to more than 10 countries, or can say that they attend a university located in a town that is labeled the happiest city in the United States. Also, not a lot of people can say they live in one of the most expensive places to live in the entire world. My mom worked really hard to make sure I have the best life possible, and for that, I am forever grateful. My favorite memory I have of my mom is from last December, during our trip to Disneyland. We were about to start the teacups ride, and my mom was taking those cute Instagram pictures of me in the teacup as we were spinning. As the teacup spun faster and faster, we couldn't stop laughing. I can't even remember what was so funny. But just being with her in the happiest place on earth, without a care in the world, just made me so happy. Winter break really made me realize how much I miss having my mom around, but it makes going home on breaks even better. My mom means the world to me, and I can't express that enough. If I had to sum up one thing that will always stick with me that I learned from her, it's that I should never give up on my dreams, and she will always be there for me, cheering me on from the sidelines. Thank you.